Robert's fine. Stand up against the Tory government.
Hey, that's an assault! That's an assault! Get off it! That's an assault on him, mate. Leave him alone. That's an assault. That's an assault.
Stand up for the people you claim to be representing.
That's an assault, mate. Get off it. What makes you above the law? I'm filming you. Yes, it is. What makes him above the law? What makes this man above the law? Answer that one question. What makes this man above the law?
Pass a needs-based budget based around the needs of the people of Nottingham. Listen.
What makes this man above the law then?
If you stood with the people of Nottingham against this government, you would form a massive base of resistance against the government and against these cuts. These cuts aren't necessary. They form part of an ideological choice by the Conservative government. And if you stand with us against the Tories, if you march with us, if you form this city as a source of resistance against these Tories who are cracking down on working people, you'll get the support of the entire city of Nottingham behind you. People are being absolutely destroyed by these cuts. Women escaping domestic violence, disabled people, mentally ill people, children, young people, the most disadvantaged people in our society are being completely destroyed by these cuts. And you should be standing with us, not enforcing these cuts. I appreciate you're in a difficult position, but you need to start fighting and fighting alongside all of us. Fight with us, not against us. That's what we want.
What would happen then? What would happen? The government would send an instrument answer.
Where's that guy gone? What makes him above the law now? Hey! What law? Do you know what law is? Do you know about the law, Doc? You sit here, mate?
Because that war's there to stop this attack from happening. That's what we need to do. Just to this war. Very simple. If you reject this budget, you're not going to go to jail. No. A commissioner will be sent in, and that will take the struggle a step further. If you reject this budget, you'll be the first council in the whole country that can do so, and others would follow suit. It would be a major step to undermining the authority of this rotten coalition government. You might even get a footnote in the history books if you did that, instead of the anonymous footnote you'll get if you carry on as you are. We have been campaigning across this city, particularly in the working class areas like Fulwell and Clifton, and the people there are utterly contemptuous of this council. A lot of people in Fulwell think it's a Tory council. Do you realise that? That's what they think about you lot. Well, you've got a chance to retrieve your reputation if today you do something worthwhile instead of messing around with pickles and really stand up to pickles and the government. You should stand up and be counted on the side of the people of Nottingham instead of standing on the side of the bankers and the government.
Who else wants? There we go. Come on. What do you think?
Are any of you actually listening? Are we getting any response at all? Something, please.
We want to build a fighting Nottingham that's going to stand up. That's what we want. That's what all of us want. And I'm sure that's what many of the Labour councillors want as well. They want to be able to stand up against this government.
We're all people of Nottingham, we are. We're the people it's going to affect.
Like an example, the people in Egypt, when enough people got together, divorced the government out. This is what we should do with our own government. I mean, we should stand up and fight for what we believe in. At the minute, it's all just corruption in the government. We need to get it sorted. Where's it going to come from? If we're going to, we need to resist against it and fight against them as one, not as two. Like fighting each other, join up and fight as one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I've got to say, I was currently on the Future Jobs Fund. I've been working for a company, two companies, IBA, which is an Independent Business Association, which was helping younger people like myself who was on the job seekers allowance, and now this government has destroyed what the previous government set it up to do, to help people back into work. And all these costs is going to affect us, the people of Nottingham, the people of this country. More people will be unemployed. More people will not get the support and the help that they desperately need, especially homeless people. We still haven't tackled homelessness in this country. We haven't tackled poverty in this country. Don't matter how many governments have come in so many times. People are getting pushed left, right and centre in this country. There is no more fighting for the people in this country anymore. There isn't. That's why Not Save Our Services have been campaigning on various issues that matter to local people. We are the people of Nottingham. We are the people of Nottingham. It is going to affect people in this city and in this country. And all these costs will seriously hurt you when you want our vote at the local elections and at the general election. Thank you.
Well done. What have you got to say? What have you got to say to us?
Nothing. These are people that were even too spineless to stand up against the EDL, who shouted that people should go and do Christmas shopping while there were fascists roaming the streets, beating up people. You, John Collins, stood up on the road seeing people beaten up by fascists, and you did nothing. You just said stay at home or go Christmas shopping. You can't even stand up to fascists. No, never mind standing up to the government. You're just Labour politicians. And who betrays the working class? Labour.
Yeah.
They is an observed can't actually join in the meeting. You don't see this here because an observation gallery more than a public. I know you
He's recording now, there. It ain't a problem, it's a public house. Where in the law does it say I'm not allowed to film in a public house? Come on. No, where does it say in the law I'm not allowed to film in public, in a public gallery? Where? Where in the law does it say it? What law? What law? An act is not a law.
There's a woman here who says we should not
I'm not
be
disrupting it.
asking the council to reject the tax budget because it breaks the law. Well, politicians, particularly Labour politicians, break the law when it suits them. What about the war on Iraq? Yes. Blair was advised, the government advised by their own Attorney General and by the General Secretary of the United Nations that launching the war on Iraq would be illegal. But did Blair care? We saw him recently giving evidence he didn't care. He didn't mind breaking the law, and the other Labour politicians, when it was launching a war which has resulted in the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. And yet, you will not break the law in defence of the people of this city.
What crime?
And what's more, as I said before, you would say...
An act. Do you know what an act is?
Except
I thought an act is a martial law. Martial law is to do out at sea. Come on, answer it.
two councillors I know have made it...
Do you see that we're on water?
They will go to
No? But do you see we're on water? An act is not a law. Go read up about the law before you even come as TSA because you don't know nothing about the law.
Can't you get them on the job? Can't you
Yeah,
sign on?
as a public servant, no, as a public servant, you're supposed to be able to tell us.
Time has come for you to make a stand on behalf of...
No, but as a public servant, you're supposed to be able to answer us.
Just like the Chartist said, it means to break the law.
No, but as a public servant.
You are letting him idiot off. You're so silly. Sorry, I've got my coat.
There you go, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Come on, we're being told here we can't talk to our own politicians. All we want to do is work together with you.
And
That's what we want. And all you do is walk away from us. Yeah, because...
Why? Why won't you?
Why not?
They're not. They're not. No,
Do you really think this government is in a strong enough position to come and take over the council here? That it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. The government is such a weak government that they couldn't get away with it anyway.
Perhaps we could invite Eric to come and talk to us.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good chance. Yeah.
democratic cuts the law. If the commissioner came in, he would simply implement your budget and probably get a bit extra under the table to help him along. I've already told you what the response is down Clifton and in Fulwell.
Well, let's sit it out.
Alright? Sit it out. Sit it out.
Publicly owned space.
Yeah, it's public.
owned. This is our...
I'll start hearing silence.
This is public space.